welcome, trolls. First sees all.
So, we're going to talk about some lunar surface features. A line of toothpaste, like, right, starts off here, the promontorium, and runs unevenly along certain barricades, levels, if you want. But look at this. What are those lines crossing over a constructed platform-like object? And these piles, which are many miles wide, which just basically looks like a blur, which is another type of material on the surface, like dirt or whatever. When I showed this on the French channel a couple of months ago, or maybe even longer than that, look at the difference. The hazing, right? It's the same thing here on Earth when you're in a plane, try to see the surface and you're blinded. Well, this is why we can't see the moon and everyone thinks it's gray. Square, platform-like constructed boundaries and lines everywhere that are accumulating, even mentioned along certain craters. There's a definite haze on the surface. Here's Archimedes. Hard to see, but not that hard at all to see, right? Look along the crater on top there. You can just see it gently rolling by. Hard to see, sure, but we can see it, right? We're looking at a blur. It's not pleasant working on a blur. What about UFOs arriving on the surface? Or projectiles being thrown from the surface? Check it out. I'll show it 4 or 5 times real fast here. Watch what comes out. The light, poop, the light comes out. What's that thing rising up off the surface? Well, hard to see because of the hazes. Look at the crater on top. Wow. This is a crater's edge. Wow, right? Eratosthenes crater in the bottom. Yep, Eratosthenes. And UFOs on the surface. But this one, it gets me mad. I post it, I get 1,000 views or 2,000 views, then I'd have to shut up about it. Are you kidding me? Look at the smoke leaving this object on the moon where there's not supposed to be smoke. And you could tell me, well, it's over the moon, not necessarily on the surface. Sure, okay, I got no problems with that. But unless it's a burning satellite that just exploded, and, I doubt it. Storms? What could they be? Lights interacting with these clouds on the surface. But guys, look at what happens to the surface. I'm not kidding you. Look how bright the surface gets when these objects light up on the surface. I'm very close to the surface, so that's why it looks blurry at times. Get used to it. That's research on the moon. Fire on the moon. El fuego, I think. El fuerte? I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, fire on the moon. And cloud-like formations. This is approximately 1 mile wide, okay, and 6 miles long, but it's traveling over the surface. It also looks like those UFOs that we caught, that we see, on YouTube. Someone's showing objects going to the moon. Well, look, there's so many objects up there on the moon. These is one of my favorite findings. I mean, just a big, massive cloud. Imagine everything I'm able to find that we can see with a telescope. It's incredible. It's incredible to be able to see this. And this is a nice magnified view of the surface, properly done, where there's no distortion as to what it looked like when it was smaller. And just so I can show you what the surface looks like. Lines leaving the surface of the moon, both in and out of the moon. This is along Copernicus crater. It looks like a constructed city with piles of dirt and bridges. Look where it reaches, a path going over top of all this construction, and at the other end, it reaches right at the end where that curve is. For Pete's sakes, it looks like construction on the moon. I've never seen that much signs of construction in my life anywhere filming something overhead. There's definitely structures up there for sure. Tunnels, structures, whatever you want it to be. But never in my life have I ever filmed a celestial object and seen so much, so many things. We hear a lot of talk about Aristarchus Crater. There's 2 successful magnification steps right here. One on the top right, and we see I magnified the first in the circle on the left, and then to see the area surrounding the crater over on the right. So that little circle and the big circle on the left is the big circle on the bottom right. Get that? So let's look at it close up. There's Aristarchus Crater, the plateau, but look around it. Those thousands of bumps on the surface is what I wanted to see. And that, you all know, the ones following me, is what's showing me the structuring. So see what I'm doing, guys? I'm not doing any manipulation. See how hard it is to see the plateau? This is Aristarchus Crater, and the white circle there, aside from my big head on the left and chest, in the center is Aristarchus Crater, but underneath you're seeing, again, like at the Promontorium, those lines right there that are actually crossing over top of layers, different levels and layers. That's pretty incredible. Square craters. Talked about this a couple of years ago, but let me show you exactly why this crater with the 90-degree angle. Listen and I'll explain to you exactly what's going on. Straight line, tunnel, pipe, or whatever construction veers off 90 degrees and then funnels off in a curb towards the next crater. And this is how they are all bloody connected. Every single crater that I can imagine and see properly, you see those lines going to and from them. We are waiting to find out what is going on with Atlas. Is it fizzing out? Did it fizz out? Is it getting brighter? Is it getting dimmer? Is it getting closer? Easy peasy. A simple way to see the surface. Well, it's not that simple, but once you get it, I mean, that's it. We'll always be able to see the surface this way. For now, we keep getting better and better as we do through the research, but a lot's on the way, a lot more findings. Look at these pipes, tunnels, or straight lines, one beside the other. Uniformity. This is, okay, it's constructed, right? In a massive scale. We're not talking about one building here. Maybe these aren't buildings and they're just all connections. Here is Venus. I'm filming it in Egypt from the desert. No, but look at the pyramid, right? Or the pyramid shape, the triangle, the refracting light, whatever it is at the bottom of Venus. This is Venus. Thanks for watching, everyone. Beginning of 2020. This is not recently this week. This is from last month. Heads up to everyone around the world. I'm here in Canada, Montreal, Quebec, and they're locking us down. We're not allowed gathering at all. There's already people I know that just got tickets today, $1,500 Canadian fines for refusing to stop gathering. And now I don't know what the quantity of people were or what, but they're just giving out tickets here. So be careful